and thank you for sharing this space with me. I'm Antoinette Thompson, intuitive healer and author of Pain to Purpose Healing Oracle, and I'm so happy to be back with you all. June was a big month for me, as I'm sure it was for you, and I'm recovering and recovered from COVID. I was a bit struck down with COVID for a few weeks, so I had a break and listened to the universe and listened to the messages that were coming to me about slow down and have a rest. So like everyone else, June was a big, massive heart opening process for me, a massive purge, a massive acknowledgement, and a massive release. So now we are in July. So welcome to July. And in this video, I'm just going to go through step by step about and talk to you about the energies and the underlying themes that when I tapped into July's energy, the information that I received, the information that I channeled, the energies and the feelings that I received about what the energy of July will be like, what we're likely to experience, what underlying themes we're likely to experience. So welcome to July, beautiful souls. So July, let's look at numerology first. So with July, is the 7th month of the year. So 7 carries in numerology the energy of introspection, of spirituality. And then when we work out the numerology of July 2022, which is a universal year of number 6, we add the 7 to the 6, which becomes 13, which together becomes 4. So specifically July 2022 has the energy in numerology of a 4, which is all around the masculine, action, building solid foundations. So it's interesting that these two are going together, and I'm going to share with you some of the words that first came to me when I tuned into the energy of July. And it's interesting that they correlate with the numerology like they always do. But the first words that came to me were merging our inner world with our outer world. So 7 representative of our inner world, 4 representative of foundations, of our outer world, our actions, the masculine. So it's interesting how these concepts are coming together. And then some other words were as above, so below, so within, so without, reaching the summit, revelations. Now I feel like July is going to bring a lot of revelations, which will bring with it also a lot of chaotic, busy, disruptive energy, and we're already seeing that already starting in June. In Australia particularly, we have a lot of industrial action going on. There's a lot of strikes. The rail network is on strike. The nurses have gone on strike. The teachers today, actually, all of the teachers, I don't know if it's the first time in history or it has never happened before or it has only happened a few times, where the public schools and the private and non-government schools have all gone on strike. So there's a lot of industrial action, a lot of reform, a lot of unrest, a lot of protests, and of course, in amongst all of this also, the decisions that have been made in the USA regarding the abortion laws and abortion now becoming illegal, as the Supreme Court has overturned the previous case of R&W, which was over 50 years ago, about giving abortion rights and the ability to have choices in order for women to choose whether or not to have abortions. So there's a lot of chaos, there's a lot going on, and it's very much the energy of July is going to be very much in our face. It's going to be highlighted, a lot of patterning highlighted, a lot of old outdated belief systems highlighted, a lot of secrets I feel will be revealed. So the next word was revelations. A lot of intricacy, a lot of paths coming together, a lot of, and I keep getting the word labyrinth. It's like through the first half of the year, we have created or completed our labyrinth and our intricacy of our network, of our pathways through transformation, through healing, through releasing, through purging. And I said back in May that I felt like we were already starting the implementation stage. And for me, implementation means merging. So the topic for our monthly live that I do with Kaya from Heart to Heart this month is merging, and that will be on July the 10th this month, 1 week later than what we normally have it. It's not the first Sunday of the month this month, it's the second Sunday of the month. So just an announcement for everybody to be aware of that. So a lot of merging, I received a visual about multiple pathways coming together. So it's merging the micro and the macro, if you want to see it in those terms. I feel like everything is starting to lock together. Pieces of the puzzle will be receiving a lot of pieces of the puzzle, pieces that we've been missing maybe for a very long time, and everything will start locking in together. But first, it will bring a lot of disruption and chaos, and it's going to be very important for us to stay grounded and mindful and disconnect from the collective energetically if we need to, if it's becoming too overwhelming or too much anxiety, or it's just causing us not to be present in our bodies and present in this moment. So it's really very much an implementation of our personal network that we've been working on, and our personal transformation of our own pathways with the collective and the global network. And also accessing and acknowledging our multidimensional and quantum experience, and that we are multidimensional beings having a human experience, but we have all these connections going out in the world. And I remember back in January, I got a visual of the globe of the world and all these lights lighting up all over the world. And then I believed that that first 6 months of 2022 were actually finding that light within ourselves, finding that light within us, connecting to that higher heart, which is our purpose, which is our soul, which is our heart's desires, going through that process of stripping away whatever doesn't align with us anymore. That was the first half of 2022. Now I feel like we've made a lot of progress. We have connected with that inner essence of ourselves. So now it's a case of joining all the lights around the world into a global network, into a new foundation, into moving into higher consciousness and higher levels of frequency, of 5D, 6D and above, and even access to our higher chakras, the 8th chakra, the star chakra, the multidimensional being, the multidimensional presence, our ability to be multidimensional. And then also the 9th chakra, which is the gold, represented by the gold. The 8th is represented by silver, but the 9th is represented by gold. And it very much links into our purpose and our archetypes. And I'm going to talk a bit more about archetypes when I move into the card of the month, which I'm going to talk about next. So July is going to be a lot of stuff going on. We need to learn how to pace ourselves. We need to learn how to self-care, which we have done progressively, I believe, during the months of the beginning of 2022, from January till June. We have learned how to self-care. We have learned how to connect. We have learned what makes us feel calm, what makes us feel grounded. So we have to use that wisdom now when the world around us becomes more disruptive. So now I'm going to talk about the card of the month for July, and it's a very beautiful card from my deck, Pain to Purpose Healing Oracle. And I'm going to show you the card. And again, I'm going to hold the card for a while and allow the energy of the card to reach you. Take some time, reflect, sit, see what feelings are being stirred up in your heart. Have a look at it. And the quote is, by now the pattern had been surely cemented. And it's interesting that when I drew this card back in January, when I did the monthly calendar read, like I did a card, I pulled out a card for every month, and you can go back and find that on my website under the blog, or on my Facebook page or Instagram pages. So this was the card for July that came out back in January. And as I hold it up, I'm getting chill on chill, goosebump on goosebump. About the resonance that we're going to feel with this card. And looking at the card, and I remember when I drew this image, my artistic guide was very, very pushy that this card would represent him, because my guide that helped me with my drawings and images is a Mexican. So you can imagine the colors and the poncho. So that's what he instructed me to draw, and that's what the pattern card is. So when we look at this card, I think of the patterns of the past, both on a personal level and a collective level. So I'm going to bring in the archetypes now. An archetype to me means belief systems, conditioning, patterns that we adopt through our ancestors, through generations, generational trauma, ancestral patterns that we collect along the way. And if you look at the drawing, it's very bright, it's very clear, and each of the colors are the colors of the chakras. So I believe it's very much representative of the work that we have been doing for the first half of this year in working on all of our chakras, balancing our chakras, releasing what doesn't serve us, and then extracting the wisdom, and then moving up the frequency, ascending into our consciousness, ascending our vibration and our frequencies. And if you look, it's very distinct, it's very clear, the pattern is very clear, which I think is very indicative of how in our face these patterns are going to be for us during July. So both on a personal level and a collective level. And if you look at the pattern, it all locks in. So again, making reference to the revelations and finding the missing pieces of the puzzle that we need. So secrets being revealed, missing pieces being found. You know, it's like the puzzle's all coming together. And the pattern will be on repeat until we're able to acknowledge, to show us what we have brought in on an ancestral and generational level of the people, from the people that have come before us, or from the lives that we've lived prior to this one. So it's really interesting how this card came out in January, and I love the synchronicity with what's going on at the moment, you know, particularly with the massive news coming out of the US regarding abortion, and how we're going backwards in time, how decisions are being overturned, disruption, protests, industrial action in Australia, you know, all of these people standing up to reclaim the line, standing up and acknowledging the patterns that are now being repeated through governments and changing of policies and laws. So very much so, the merging of our personal selves with the collective will highlight the patterns both within ourselves and within the global structure that need to be dismantled. And everything will start, it's like there's going to be a complete overhaul, I feel, like, so that we can actually understand how our own archetypes, how our own belief systems, how our own conditioning is so tightly connected into the global network, into the collective, and how we project our own individual belief systems into the collective energy. So the merging comes back, like the words coming through very clear, merging, merging, merging. So merging all of the work that we have done on a personal level and sending that ripple out through claiming our personal power and our personal sovereignty. And the point of, and you know, I want to make this very, it's like a collective tapestry. You know, it's this drawing is like a tapestry, and bringing a new awareness, a higher understanding that we are part of the whole. We are not separate. We are all connected. We are part of the whole. And when we heal and transform, so does the world. And together, when we merge our individual labyrinths that we have created, then what happens is we come to an awareness of our own intricacy and how we are individual threads in this giant tapestry of the collective, and that we are all one, merging, creating, ascending together. Okay, beautiful souls, I'm going to leave it there. I will be doing an extended article in my blog on www.antoinettethompson.com around the energies and the card of the month for July. So please go there if you wish to read more. I want to keep this video relatively short so that it can give you a good burst and update for July. So, and again, if you are interested in purchasing my deck, Pain to Purpose, Healing Oracle, all the details are on my website. You can order for immediate delivery. The deck is available now, so you can go into my shop and you can order from there. I am offering international shipping, mainly to the US and Canada, but if you wish to purchase my deck, please send me a message that you will find the email address on my website, and we can work something out with shipping. So please stay grounded. Please remember about self-care. If it's becoming too much, then please disconnect from the collective energy for a while until you're able to gain that strength again. Listen to your intuition, be guided by your intuition, and I believe that this disruption will bring a lot of clarity towards the end of July on a collective and on a personal level. So we got this, beautiful souls, and know that we are all connected and we all support one another. I send you all peace, love and light, and I shall see you soon. Bye for now. Have a beautiful July.